Welcome back to the podcast. Whether you're listening on your commute, during a rare quiet moment in your classroom, or while resetting after a long day, I'm really glad you're here. This series is all about teacher health and well-being, but not in the abstract, theoretical way we sometimes hear about well-being. Instead, we're focusing on practical strategies that real educators can use in real classrooms with real workloads and real pressures. We're also exploring something that's shaping teaching more than almost anything else right now: digital technology. Not just how it supports learning, but how it affects you as a teacher, your energy, your focus, your mindset, and your mental health. Throughout this series, we'll be unpacking ways to protect your well-being while still embracing innovation. Because technology itself isn't the problem. The challenge is how it's used, how often it's used, and whether it's supporting you or quietly overwhelming you. Today's episode is about mindset and mental health in a digital age, and we're going to walk through 3 key areas that many teachers struggle with: digital overload, mindfulness in busy classrooms, and managing stress when your tools are always on and always demanding attention. Let's start with something that almost every teacher experiences but rarely talks about openly: digital fatigue. Teaching used to involve lesson plans, marking, and classroom time. Now it also involves notifications, emails, dashboards, learning platforms, data tracking systems, communication apps, and constant updates. Even before the school day begins, many teachers have already checked multiple platforms. That constant stream of information can quietly drain attention before teaching even starts. Digital fatigue isn't just about screen time. It's about cognitive load. Every alert, message, or notification asks your brain to switch focus. Research consistently shows that task switching reduces efficiency and increases stress. Yet modern teaching environments often demand exactly that. One moment you're explaining a concept, the next you're responding to a behavior alert, then checking attendance software, then answering a message from a parent. None of these tasks are wrong or unnecessary. The issue is the pace and frequency. A practical starting point is what many people call a digital detox, but not in the dramatic sense of abandoning technology altogether. For teachers, that's unrealistic. Instead, think of it as digital boundary setting. This means deciding intentionally when you are available to technology and when you are not. For example, turning off non-essential notifications during teaching blocks can dramatically improve focus. Scheduling specific times for checking emails rather than responding instantly can reduce stress. Even something as simple as closing unused tabs can lower cognitive clutter. Many teachers who try this for the first time report something surprising. They don't just feel calmer, they feel more present. Students notice it too. When you're not glancing at a screen or reacting to a buzz or ping, your attention shifts back to the room, to the learners, to the moment. Presence is one of the most powerful classroom tools, and it's completely free. The challenge is protecting it. Another helpful strategy is what could be called intentional tech use. Before opening a platform or tool, ask one quick question: why am I opening this right now? If there's a clear purpose, go ahead. If not, it might be habit rather than necessity. That single reflective pause can prevent minutes or even hours of unplanned digital drift across a day. Now, of course, we don't want to paint technology as the villain. Many digital tools genuinely support teaching and reduce workload when used well. The goal isn't less technology. The goal is smarter technology use. This is where mindfulness comes in. Not as meditation on a cushion for half an hour, but as small, practical awareness habits embedded into your day. Mindfulness for teachers can be as simple as noticing your breathing while students complete a task, or taking 10 seconds before responding to a challenging situation. Those tiny resets calm the nervous system and improve decision-making. The beauty is that technology can actually support mindfulness when used intentionally. There are apps that guide short breathing exercises, timers that prompt microbreaks, and tools that play calming soundscapes during independent work. Used strategically, they don't distract from teaching. They support the emotional tone of the classroom. One effective approach is pairing routines with cues. For instance, every time students begin independent work, you take 3 slow breaths. Or each time you sit down at your desk, you relax your shoulders before opening your laptop. These small anchors gradually train your body to shift out of stress mode. Over time, they become automatic like muscle memory for calm. Students benefit from this as well. When teachers model calm regulation, classrooms feel safer and more predictable. That doesn't mean you have to be perfectly relaxed all the time. It simply means demonstrating how to reset when things get busy or overwhelming. In a world where students themselves are surrounded by digital stimulation, that modeling is incredibly powerful. Let's talk honestly about stress for a moment because teaching can be intense. There are deadlines, expectations, administrative demands, and the emotional labor of supporting young people every day. Technology can sometimes amplify that stress, especially when it creates the feeling that you must always be available. Messages arrive at all hours. Platforms update constantly. Can feel like the work never fully stops. One of the healthiest mindset shifts a teacher can make is redefining responsiveness. Fast responses are not always better responses. Thoughtful responses are better. Giving yourself permission to reply during designated times protects both your well-being and the quality of your communication. Many educators who set communication windows find that their stress drops significantly while their effectiveness actually increases. Another strategy is streamlining your digital ecosystem. Instead of using 5 different tools that each do part of a job, consider consolidating where possible. Fewer platforms mean fewer logins, fewer alerts, and fewer mental transitions. Even organizing your desktop or bookmarks can reduce friction. These small adjustments might seem minor, but they accumulate into meaningful energy savings across a week. Energy is really the key theme running through everything we're discussing today. Mental energy is finite. Every decision, every switch of attention, every unresolved notification uses a little of it. When that energy is protected, teachers often feel more patient, more creative, and more confident. When it's depleted, even small tasks can feel overwhelming. Protecting your focus is not selfish. It's professional sustainability. Something else that helps is reframing how you view productivity. Many teachers hold themselves to impossibly high standards, expecting to complete every task immediately and perfectly. Digital tools can unintentionally reinforce this pressure by making unfinished tasks constantly visible. A healthier perspective is progress over perfection. Completing what matters most is more valuable than attempting everything at once. One practical technique is choosing 3 priority tasks at the start of the day. Not 20, just 3. When those are done, the day is already successful. Everything else becomes a bonus rather than a burden. This approach reduces anxiety and increases motivation because progress feels visible and achievable. It's also worth acknowledging that rest is not laziness. In high-demand professions like teaching, rest is actually a performance strategy. Short breaks between intense cognitive tasks improve memory, attention, and mood. Even stepping away from a screen for 1 minute can reset your visual system and lower tension. Some teachers set gentle timers to remind themselves to pause, stretch, or look away from their device. Far from wasting time, these microbreaks often make the rest of the day more productive. Community plays a role in well-being too. Teaching can feel isolating when you're managing everything alone, especially digital systems. Sharing strategies with colleagues can lighten the load. Maybe someone has discovered a shortcut that saves 10 minutes a day. Maybe someone else has found a setting that reduces notifications. Those shared insights build collective efficiency and reduce individual stress. It's important to remember that balance doesn't mean doing everything evenly. It means doing what matters in a sustainable way. Some days will be busy and demanding. Others will feel calmer. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is resilience, the ability to stay steady, focused, and supported even when the workload fluctuates. As we bring these ideas together, a clear pattern emerges. Technology itself isn't draining teachers. Unstructured technology uses. When digital tools are used intentionally, they can save time, reduce workload, and even support well-being. When they're used reactively or constantly, they can fragment attention and increase stress. The difference lies in boundaries, awareness, and choice. So as you reflect on today's conversation, consider one small adjustment you could try this week. Maybe it's silencing notifications during lessons. Maybe it's scheduling email times. Maybe it's taking 3 breaths before opening your laptop. Small changes are powerful because they're sustainable. And sustainable strategies are the ones that truly support long-term well-being. Before we wrap up, let's briefly bring everything together. Today we explored how digital overload affects focus, how simple mindfulness practices can reset your energy, and how intentional technology use can reduce stress rather than create it. None of these strategies require major change. They're built on small, realistic shifts that fit into real classrooms and real schedules. The aim isn't to remove technology from teaching. It's to make sure technology works for you, not the other way around. In our next episode, we'll be focusing on physical health and energy, exploring practical ways to sustain your stamina, reduce fatigue, and use simple strategies to keep your body and mind supported throughout the school day. Until then, remember that protecting your energy isn't an extra task to add to your list. It's the foundation that makes everything else possible. Thanks for listening.